Of course, Texas last night was led by McKinley Wright the fourth, 29 points, leading point scorer for Austin Spurs. Barlow for the Spurs, who wins the opening tip as we are underway for a second straight night. These are the Black Panther uniforms. It is Marvel Heroes Night here at the H-E-B Center.
Got a nice look to them, don't they?
Curious how old Dominic Barlow was when the original Black Panther came out. There were some ticket packages that included a opening night movie ticket for the new Black Panther movie. Took a while, still searching as Kuzi brings it up the floor.
It was a good look, good shot positioning, just couldn't quite get it to fall as it rattled out.
Brown kicks it out to Adaway. Shondi Brown, the former Michigan Wolverine, able to hit for the first 3 points tonight for Austin.
Well, they wasted no time trying to find it, and there he goes one more time.
Run for the man with the 1-5.
That's getting off to a hot start. Love to ride that momentum.
Dorsey. Tyler Dorsey, two-way contract player for the Dallas Mavericks in these Texas Legends, as he gets the Legends on the board for the first time tonight. Dorsey finished yesterday 18 points, 4 of 13 from the floor, including a couple of triples. Kick out, stepped out of bounds.
Would have been a good look had he kept his feet in. It was good positioning. It's hard to do those. Couldn't necessarily consider it a fadeaway, but catch and shoot while on the move. Pretty hard skill set. Something to look for later on in this game.
Both teams shot 48% last night. It was a slower start for Texas, but they started to heat up when it mattered. Austin only knocked down by Banks. Transition bucket the other way, and the Legends on a 4-0 run now, back within one. Kuzi. Kuzi, one of 4 starters in double digits last night. We'll kick this one out to Adaway.
Adaway, 20 points last night, gets his first 3 here. He wants to stay hot, especially with Charles Bassey on the bench.
The 24-year-old former Bonnie from St. Bonaventure, and now a 3-on-1 teenager who drops it through for 2.
That's the entertainment this crowd came to see.
As Dominic Barlow, the 6'9", 19-year-old from Overtime Elite, already seen time in San Antonio. As on the opposite end, this one tapped home by Grant Riller above the rim. At 2 men, draws the foul. He'll head to the free throw line to shoot a free throw worth 2 points.
Well, that's great vision to find Barlow down there, down low, and good job absorbing that contact. Nearly got the and one to fall, but good vision there by our Austin Spurs.
Mahoney finds the 19-year-old. Now at the charity stripe. Austin last night, 6 of 9 from the line. Would probably like to get there a little more often. Now, that's a little deceptive when we say 6 for 9. That's at least a little closer to 12 for 18. Remember, each free throw worth 2 points inside the arc for the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Now, just to be clear, you can't take a free throw outside of the arc for 3 points, but that's something maybe we'll consider in a few years.
Well, I think all you have to do is just be behind the free throw line. Yeah. So if you wanted to, why not? Show off your range a little bit.
There are some guys who shoot three-pointers better than they shoot free throws, so you just never know. McKinley Wright at the line, two-way contract player, former Colorado Buffalo. And the problem is when you miss a 2-point free throw, it's all the more costly. Spurs lead by 6. Kuzi left alone, able to make them pay with the
thing there by Kuzi. He saw the lane, he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Hardy to the rim. That's a couple of young men with recent NBA experience going at each other. Adaway can't find the angle. The rebound by Jaden Hardy, the second-round draft selection of the Mavericks this year, 37th overall. And cleaning things up around the rim is Grant Riller. Riller, drafted by Charlotte back in 2020, has been a two-way contract player with the Hornets as well.
Good active hands there by Barlow.
Wright keeps it alive into Riller. And a strong take from Mohamedou Guy as the Legends right now trail by 9. Barlow from 15. As Tyler Dorsey off the mark, one of 2 Oregon Ducks on this year's Legends roster. Again, head coach for Texas, George Gallinopoulos, in his 3rd year at the helm. Petar Bozic in his 2nd year as head coach with the Spurs. Each had previously been assistants promoted to the final chair. 6:44 to go. A nice start for Austin. Remember, all this is part of the Showcase Cup, where every team plays 18 games, primarily against regional foes. So these two teams will see a bit of each other. And a defensive 3 in the key against Austin is going to cost them a technical. 18 games for the G League Showcase Cup. That will culminate again in Las Vegas, as it always does in the Winter Showcase. And then come the last week of December, when everybody's in a food coma, we'll kick off the traditional G League campaign, 32 games, to decide which 6 teams from each conference will move on to the playoffs. Last year, Texas Legends in season 11 winning their first ever playoff game under then 2nd year head coach George Gallinopoulos. As the Legends still clawing away at a deficit, back within 7. Austin Spurs, 2-time league champions, most recently with Derek White leading the way back in 2018. Derek got to play for a different trophy more recently. Mahoney into the paint, count the bucket, and a good old-fashioned and one that'll be worth just 1 in a moment.
Well, going back to it, the Spurs have had the benefit of having a couple of players that they'll put in these Austin Spurs types of games, give them those minutes against these strong competitors out there, and it's really been a blessing for development in the senior standpoint. But, well, you still get a good look at a handful of those players. Derek White, you mentioned. We had DeJounte Murray coming down a couple of times. Even last year, Remy and Langford had his start over here in this Austin Spurs game before he got his start out there.
The Spurs and the Lakers were the first 2 NBA clubs to outright purchase teams in this league rather than simply affiliate with a third-party ownership group. They saw the value in developing talent for a fraction of the price of a missed draft choice. Meanwhile, no miss there out of the right hand of Jaden Hardy, who, even though he was drafted this year in the NBA draft, he was already a pro last year for the G League Ignite team that is now in its 3rd year of existence. It began to even out the numbers in the bubble a couple years ago when the G League season was entirely over there in Florida in the bubble, after the 2020 campaign had been cut short.
And what a good project that G League Ignite team has been. Not just for the bubble, but giving those college players other outlets that want to try and get their foot in a little bit earlier.
Murphy. A little hesitation. Local tryout player out of Pacific, Alfonso Anderson. Even with that, the Legends still have not completely closed the gap, but they have trimmed a 8-point deficit in half. Goldwire, former Oklahoma Sooner. This will stay with Austin. In Austin Spurs in the black, 2nd straight night. Legends in the gray. Presumably a big thanks owed to their team manager, finding some laundry at the hotel overnight. Goldwire in the paint with a couple of points. Boomer. After a 4-point play a moment ago, that one won't go down for Hall, who spent the last 3 years with the Westchester Knicks.
And Spurs picking up the pace a little bit, moving that rock around.
Murphy already sitting on 10 points. Make it a baker's dozen.
And he sure is cooking right now on both ends of the floor, Murphy.
The 25-year-old, one of 3 returning players for Austin this year, as they try to get back to the postseason this spring. And in the face of Carter, rebound by Brown. As we approach the final 80 seconds here in this first frame. Murphy finds Kyer. And pass broken up by Hall. There's 10 to shoot on the shot clock with 1:09 to go.
Well, Austin gave up 38 points in the fourth quarter last night, outscored by 7 to lose by 7 in the fourth quarter. They want to put 38, if not a little bit more.
Yeah, we were tied going into that fourth frame. Thought we might get to see the new overtime target scoring effect. Anderson off the mark, and a one-handed rebound hauled in by Hollins. Inside a minute to go. And one and done, the three-pointer off the mark from Carter. And an offensive foul, out of control, Brown.
And that's the right call. Just great positional awareness from the defense right there. Knew what Brown was going to do, and not much you can argue there.
While we are saying nice things about the officials, we'll mention them by name. Isaac Barnett, our crew chief tonight, along with Ken Jones and Grant Dietrich. Legends find themselves down by 9. Outlet pass. Up ahead to Goldwire. He's denied. Not giving up on the play is Olin Carter III. And a walk on the other end.
But well, if you blink, you missed all of that. 3 possessions in the span of 5 seconds, it seemed like.
The pace of the G League. Carter with the great stomp on one end. After it looked like it was going to be a breakaway score for Goldwire and the Spurs. Goldwire finished last night 8 points off the bench on 4 of 8 shooting. Spurs can just about hold for the final quality shot here. And quarter number 1. Brown with Murphy down low. That's where he wants to be able to catch it, just can't finish. And
5 seconds.
That's plenty of time for Texas. Kicked it down low, and the Spurs will operate in this league in no time.
Any team can do it on any given night as well.
Second chance opportunity. And that one will finally drop through for James Banks III, the former Texas Longhorn for the first 2 years in college before spending his final 2 years in Atlanta with Georgia Tech. Would go on to be all ACC defensive team those 2 years in the Peach State. Kuzi. 5 to shoot. Kuzi with a strong take, but that was a big wingspan to try to work around. Grant Riller may not have gotten a piece of the ball, but certainly altered the shot from Kuzi. And Spurs are bailed out with 2.2 seconds remaining. This foul on the rebound.
And the Legends are really making the Spurs earn everything down there in the paint. 2 just monstrous guys underneath the basket, really trying to play defensive rim protection. And Austin's making a living at the line, though.
That's 6 points now for Dominic Barlow. And Dominic, one of the two-way contract players for the Spurs organization this year. Got a piece of that one. Banks working against the 19-year-old. It is Barlow picking up his first team foul. Both teams have been whistled once now here in the opening minute of quarter number 2. Yesterday, the Legends put themselves in position tonight to tie the all-time series. Legends have won 33, Spurs have won 34. That's over the 12-year existence now of Texas, who've always been affiliated with the Dallas Mavericks. Past head coaches include Nancy Lieberman and Eduardo Nájera. No look pass, drop it down to the big man. And that could have been a highlight reel. Instead, it's going to be a free throw for James Banks.
You got to applaud the effort. Not everybody can pull off a pass like that. It got to where it needed to go. Banks, maybe not quite ready for it.
Robbed of an assist in all of that. Second team foul on Austin. Again, a 2-point free throw here coming up for James Banks. Started last year with Birmingham before he was traded to the Legends. So back for year 2 with the squad from Frisco, Texas. And Kuzi will dribble that one off his foot. Back over to Texas, who are back within 5.
That's that press defense from Hollins. You've seen both teams be a little active across the half-court line. Hadn't done too much until then. Hollins getting a good job getting the ball back for his team.
Hollins with the penetration. They'll give it away. Brown to Adaway, right into the paint. Draws the contact as he'll head to the line. Ill-advised foul. Adaway probably was simply looking for the contact. Didn't have much of a shot.
Well, if you look right here, look at Hollins almost coming in and making the play right there at the end as well. Staying active on both sides.
Jalen Adaway, the first candidate for LASIK eye surgery for the back of his head. Two minutes into quarter number 2. Spurs lead back to 7.
Oh, quick catch and shoot 3 there. Olin Carter the third.
And Olin played all 4 years at San Diego. The 25-year-old spent his first couple years as a pro overseas in Spain as well as Serbia. Adaway got the defender off his feet. Works it out to the corner as Mahoney just can't make him pay. Carter. Dorsey. Dorsey past Adaway. Drops it down, and that's not where the big man wants it. And it'll be a turnover. Legends are not going to be allowed to bring on... Now they are. Initially, they were not going to be allowed to bring on McKinley Wright. Deemed he'd reached the table too late. Now Baba comes on, and he's going to be told it's way too late.
They had to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. And then after that line was erased, draw a new line.
It's just in chalk, you know?
Full court press from Carter. .14 to shoot. Spurs lead down to 4. Mahoney, returner from last year. Off the screen, Adaway fades and comes up short. And Dorsey is fouled on a pass. He'll try to sell it as a shot. This will be an inbounds play.
Well, it was good defense by Goldwire to force the pass out of the shot, but great job by the referee to recognize what was going on there and not just send it to the line.
2 for 2 on complimenting our officiating crew tonight.
Got to give credit where credit is due.
They're here for a reason. They, too, are working their way up to NBA schedules. Our crew chiefs in each game already working in the NBA. Offensive rebound and authoritative putback from JB3.
Benefits of being the tallest man underneath the basket. Go up and get it, slam it home.
Goldwire to Adaway. Lost one defender, mid-range jumper good. Well done.
Quick offense here by the Legends.
12 points for Adaway. No answer from Texas. Josh and Zikor will come back on. Kuzi with the 3, no. Tipped out by Mahoney.
Well, Goldwire wanted that one. A great shot by Adaway.
Adaway with 14 now. as he leads all scorers early on here in the opening half. Spurs lead back to 6. Just need to slow it down a little. Dorsey working off contact, and a rebound again by the teenager Barlow. Kuzi goes right at Bamba.
And Austin has numbers.
And Adaway, a little heat check. And right now the central air conditioning prevails.
A little drafty in here. That's all it was.
Both teams looking to sub. Everybody in good spirits, though. They're just happy to have basketball back, and so are we. Down by 2 scores. Wright took footsteps, and so the question is, was he fouled? He was. They do count the bucket. That was quite the continuation. Here's your foul. Yep.
It's just good ball control with the ball that low moving forward. It's easy to get tripped up there, but got to do a little bit more to get in front of him.
Foul was on Jordan Goldwire, setting up this 1-point free throw after they count the bucket for Wright. Again, McKinley Wright last year with the Iowa Wolves for 9 games. Averaged 19 points, 8 assists. Spent the Summer League this year with Phoenix. Earned a 2-way contract with the Mavericks organization. Baba with the rebound after the miss from the Spurs. Bamba to Nzikor. There's a couple of guys who have played quite a bit outside of the States. Mentioned Bamba most recently in Australia, Nzikor, Argentina, Germany, and over in Africa as well, as Nzikor goes to the line. Again, he was just added a couple days ago. He's already played more games with Texas than he did with his last G League team, Memphis, just 1 game last season. I believe he played for Tick Price over at Lamar.
A late call there, but Adaway doing a good job of squaring up his opponent.
Austin Spurs will take a timeout. Their lead has dwindled to 1. 6:44 still to go. One possession ball game.
The Legends decided to slow it down a little bit on offense here, taking their time.
Hall. An offensive foul on Tyler Hall.
Goldwire forcing that one.
Yeah, Goldwire was glued to him. Petar Bozic coming out. Talk to his men. Another look. You know, I said it was on Hall. It may have been on Nzikor. My apologies. Not paying closer attention there. It may have been on the screen. Hardy tries to tuck it away, and that was a scary moment. Looking at Jaden Hardy, almost got his arm trapped underneath the opponent. He'll pick up the foul, but fortunately no harm done. Midway through quarter number 2. Goldwire. Kyer to the glass. It's going to be Texas the other way. Otherwise, would have been a shot clock violation.
There's Goldwire again.
And they'll finally put the thumbs in the air. We'll have a good old-fashioned jump ball. Something we miss in the college game.
That's just not the same when you have that possession arrow.
It's a lot more fun when you get a 7-footer and a guy who's About 5-4.
Well, give it up to Wright as well. I mean, it took a while for the referees to call that jump ball. That's because Wright was out there maneuvering it to keep it away from the defender's hands as much as he could.
Wright gives up 10 inches to Dominic Barlow, and Barlow, with the numbers in his favor, able to win the ball for Austin. Chance to make it a 2-score lead.
Good block there.
Hardy.
Well, one thing you've noticed in this game is after a defensive play, a transition offense is never a guaranteed thing. It's almost been a defensive play and then a back-to-back defensive play, or a defensive play and then a foul, but no team is getting easy points tonight.
Yeah, it's just the second day of the season, so everybody still has plenty in the tank. They are sprinting inline to inline. Baba at the line. Had a great reversal last night. Only saw 4 games last year before a season-ending injury. Spent the Summer League this year with Golden State before returning to the Legends. Five and a half to go here in the opening half. Murphy trying to look some defenders off, and Zikor with the rebound. Legends can take a lead with a field goal here. And with that foul, reinforcements will come back on. Both Anderson and Brown for the Spurs.
Not the strongest second quarter for the Austin Spurs so far. Only 10 points in 7 minutes.
5 team fouls this quarter on the Spurs. Next foul on the Legends will lead to free throws the rest of the way. And Zikor cannot take advantage. Well, they're looking for an open kick out. Instead, it's Brown slicing right through the Legends defense. Spurs up by 3.
Brown's been quiet since that early start in the first quarter, but right position, right time there.
And the answer on the other end at the rim from Jaden Hardy. Hardy turned just 20 back in July.
Oh, what a move there, Brown.
Rim to rim. See if Texas has an answer.
And there he is again.
2-on-2. Wraparound pass from Brown. Blocked from behind from Tyler Hall. Put back for Austin from Anderson.
Alfonso Anderson just playing cleanup duty. And it's a quick 5-point lead now.
With 4 minutes to go until halftime. Again, Legends winners last night. 1-0 to start this Showcase Cup. Tonight, game 2 of 18 for these teams. It'll be a jam-packed November and December for them. Murphy. A little trimmer number on his back this year. The single digit. Brown, little deja vu into the paint. Good. Count the bucket. And a free throw coming up to boot.
And it has been all Shawnee Brown in the last 3 minutes here. 2 steals, 3 buckets, all of them strong finishes at the rim.
Second foul on Zikor. Again, free throws the rest of the way. This is not because of the 5th team foul. This is because he was fouled in the act of scoring the basket. So 11 points, looking to make it a dozen. 12 points for Brown. He's already within 3 points of last night's total, when he went 1 for 7 from beyond the arc, 7 of 18 from the floor. As Wright able to pull 2 points back. Kyer in the corner. Murphy has the size on Wright. Anderson.
Very long three there. I'd like them to see go back to Murphy on that mismatch.
Step back from Hardy is good. Again, on assignment, already has his NBA contract with the Dallas Mavericks. 37th overall selection, slipping to the second round this summer. And he has us level 55 apiece. 5 to shoot. Extra pass just in time. That's a 23.5-second play run by Austin. Finished by Kyer. Former Arizona Wildcat, no sweat. Catch and release from the corner. Sweet stroke from Tyler Hall. Timeout, Austin with 2. Got off to a quick start. Goldwire able to recover. 11 to shoot here for Austin. Step back from Anderson. And Murphy's going to be called for the foul, fighting for the rebound. And because if it's a loose ball foul, that means a free throw the other way. Spurs are already in excess of 5 fouls this quarter, as they call Murphy for hooking and undercutting James Banks there.
Well, you can expect any kind of whistle to lead to free throws now with the remaining 1:46 in the second.
We did not see James at the free throw line last night. He would find his 12 points from the floor. 6 of 9 shooting last night. The man is shooting 1,000 from the free throw line this year.
Makes it 10 points on the night as well. Go along with 4 boards.
Legends lead at 3 with 1:40 to go. Brown down low to Murphy, as he's denied not once but twice. James Banks among those holding his ground down low. Step back Hardy. Another rebound for Brown. $14 points tonight. Looking for 15 and 16. Murphy just tapping around the hot potato. Winds up with the Legends.
Well, I think Banks got a hand on that initial shot.
Oh, what a three-pointer from Tyler Dorsey. Collects, tight ropes the sideline and heaves it up. Nothing but net. Member of the Greek national team. And the answer from Murphy.
Boy, the Spurs needed that one. Had dug themselves into a quick 6-0 hole.
He's got 12 points now for the half. And a 13-footer is good for Wright. Spurs down by 2 scores, trailing by 5. 13 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Murphy thought he was fouled. And the Legends are being told, no shot clock. You can hold for the final look. Seemed like last night, more often than not, Texas did have the final look in each period. First quarter here tonight, they were able to take advantage. Hardy will give it away. No time for the Spurs to hit that one.